Hi everyone, Graybeard here. Today we're looking at the Amazon Echo Studio. I received this, I ordered this right after Black Friday, and it took, I think, a month to arrive, which I think there's a delay, and I see already on Amazon there's another delay for these, so maybe they're selling pretty hot. But today we're going to unbox these so you can see what the box looks like, what comes with it, etc. And we're going to compare it to a few other things, and then I'm going to share some concerns, because this is actually my second studio. So I already know a lot of the information about the studio, and I have some experiences with it, so we're going to talk about those. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. I'll adjust the camera here so it's not on me and more on the... So this is an outer box that they ship it with. On the label, it says Amazon product inside, and that's about it. And then there's the inner box, which is what you're more likely to see like on a retail shelf. So there's the studio. It's got some heft to it. I don't know the exact weight. I'm sure they list that on the Amazon product page, but pretty nice box here. The bag actually has a handle too, so it's not just a plastic wrap. Let's get rid of that. All right. So looking at the box, it's the typical Amazon blue that they use. They use blue for the Echo stuff, and I think orange for the Fire TV stuff. So, and they have kind of just the typical advertisement for what it does, and then they list some specs over here. So we have 3 2-inch mid-range speakers, 1 tweeter, 1 5 1/4 woofer, supports Dolby Atmos, 3.5 millimeter and mini optical line in, so you can feed it. Hey everybody, how are y'all doing? A whole bunch of people available. This is going to be a quick one. So 3.5 millimeter or mini optical line, and I plan on using the studio as my home theater system, hopefully. And the issue with this is if you feed it a line in, it will only output to 1 speaker, so that's no good. Bluetooth, and I think that's sort of the same thing. If you use the Bluetooth, you're only outputting to 1 speaker. Zigbee Smart Hub, far field voice control, and a microphone on-off button. So yes, this is different than the sub. This is the actual speaker that I'm going to be using with the sub. Today I'm not going to actually be playing any audio on this for several reasons. One of them is it's very hard to find audio I can play that won't get shut down. The other issue is I was kind of activating everybody else's Echo device, and I didn't really want to do that. Look at that bag. So it's a nice little cloth bag it comes with. Let's see what else is down there. So we have like a little hello pamphlet. Let's grab that. So just a little pamphlet there with some stuff to do with it. Talks about the different buttons on top of it, where to place it. So they want it at least 6 inches from any wall, and they want it at listening height. So that means you don't want it on the floor or near the ceiling or anything like that, and you don't want it smacked up against a wall on a shelf. They talk about powering it and connecting it to your Alexa app, which is very typical for most Echo devices. All right, so we also in the box have important information and a power cord down there. So let's grab that. So the important information is just some warranty stuff, terms and policies, etc. Safety information. And then the last piece is the cable. The cable comes with a little plug protector on it, and it's wrapped up pretty nice there. So that's it for the box. The box is pretty thick construction, very nice built. So that's all good. All right. So yes, this looks very similar to the subwoofer. And in fact, I have the subwoofer here to compare it. So there's the studio. And so we have the studio here. And here is the sub. And let's get the sub over here. So the sub is bigger. It looks like it is. They're both very heavy. Well, relatively heavy, but yeah, the sub is bigger, just size wise and everything else. And I can stack these as well. And you can have a better idea for the size difference. So the sub's bigger. It's going to give you a more rich bass response out of it. Now, when I played this this Echo Studio initially, because this is the second one, as I said earlier, when I played it initially, the sound was very bright, crisp, and the bass actually hit very well. I was quite impressed. I do not think that, although they advertise this as a standalone speaker, I do not think you want to run this as a single speaker. I still feel I'm missing something. So that's why I have two. So I have a left and a right. Although they claim that they're able to kind of project the sound in different areas of the room, I feel it's just not quite reaching. And it still sounds like the sound is coming from one area of the room. So I'm hoping that with the second one and the better spatial separation that we'll actually have, or I'll actually have better sound out of it. So the sound is great out of this. It has these microphones all across the top, of course. And what it does is, as it's playing, or when you set it up, it sends out like a special audio tone, and it measures the room. And that's kind of where I ran into my first issue. To play that audio tone, to measure the room, you have to completely de-pair this device and reset the device. Then you're able to redo that audio tone. Amazon says that, oh, you can just move it to another room and you'll be fine. But feel like have lack of echo. Studio Cup, Sonos competitor. Yeah, so a lot of people say it competes with a Sonos. I've never had a Sonos. This thing sells for $199, which isn't a bad price. So back to the setup sound, it only does that on the initial setup, and it doesn't redo it. There's no way to activate it in the app. And Amazon claims it will automatically adjust if you move it. But then why do they play special sounds when you first get it? I don't get it. Maybe the whole thing is smoke and mirrors, or maybe they're kind of like fibbing about the extra sound. The other thing this comes with, or it's supposed to come with, is a 90-day trial to the HD music. If you really want to get the most out of this, you're going to really want to subscribe to the Amazon HD music, which has Ultra HD and HD, which is just more bit rate and uncompressed music. So it's playing pure FLAC, which is uncompressed. The bandwidth requirements for the highest music is as much as TV shows and movies typically played on Netflix. So just for sound, your bandwidth requirement will be almost just as high, somewhere in the 3 megabyte or megabit range, which starts to reach that video quality. So that's what they mean by the HD. The HD service is $12.95 a month if you have Prime. But I recommend just take advantage of the 90-day trial just to try it out. I know it's also compatible with other HD services such as Tidal, but I think you're going to lose a few things out of that as far as quality goes. I believe this has the Dolby Atmos processor in it, but that's only going to work through their own service. The other problem is, and I think I mentioned the 3.5 millimeter input, which I was hoping to use for my TV, only outputs to one stereo at a time. So it's whichever one you plug into, even though you have a left and right pair, you're only going to get one output here. So I can't hook it up to my traditional TV and use this as my traditional kind of home theater system. I have to now also buy a Amazon Fire Stick HD, but not just any. So I bought this one. Got this from Best Buy. It's a Fire Stick. It's brand new. It has Alexa voice remote, And then I got home and I looked it up, and it's not compatible. The only Fire Stick that's compatible is the 4K Fire Stick. And I'm like, it's a little bit crazy. I don't have a 4K TV, but it says that this is not compatible. So I'm taking this back to Best Buy. Unfortunately, they never emailed my receipt, so I don't know if they'll even return it for me. So that's another aspect of it. It's very picky on what you can use this for as far as home theater. It's quite complicated. The other tricky part of this is if you do use a Fire Stick or another TV type device, and in the TV device you say, go play music, it's not going to play it at the best quality. The only way to get the best quality out of these speakers is to play it via the app or by asking the device itself to play the music. If you play it from the TV device and send it over to the speakers as audio, it's not going to play the best quality it can. So I think all of these kind of like complicated rules on what will play and what won't play and how to play, I think a lot of people will be missing out, even if they get these. I thought the setup was a little finicky. It stalled out on me. I had to kill the actual Alexa app. I had to kill it on the phone and restart the app. And that was a little weird. It never happened on any of the Echoes. But on this one, it seemed to happen. I had to redo the process a second time. And I reset one of mine so I can get that kind of like that room spatial measurement again. And when I reset it, it did the same thing. When I went to initially set it up, it caused the app to freeze. So I thought, that must be something else going on with that. The other thing they advertise with this is 3D audio. There's 3D audio tracks that Amazon has in their HD service that are supposed to, actually have music separation or played around the room. The 3D audio I can find, it's kind of challenging to really hear any separation out of it. So that's a real trick. And I'm hoping the second one will help with that. But the other problem I have with it is it's very hard to find 3D audio tracks on Amazon. It's also hard to find the Ultra HD tracks on Amazon. But the 3D audio tracks, the most I can find are the ones that are included in a handful of playlists. And I added it up. It's only 69 songs I can find. So if you're looking for any type of 3D audio, good luck with that. It's just almost impossible to search for 3D or anything else in the Amazon app. It's also almost impossible to search for like the Ultra HD stuff, but that seems to be more frequent. So you'll come across that a little bit more if you're just looking at your favorite artists. You'll see some of their stuff is Ultra HD. Let me see what else I have for notes. Just try and share everything I've kind of run into. So the only other thing was, playing this on the app. I started a song on the app, and with the app, you have to tell it to pair to the speaker or to play through the speaker, and you're kind of like doing a cast, similar to, casting to a TV or something. But I went off and did something else on my phone and opened up, a few other apps. And then when I went back to say, try to play the next song or anything in the app, it had completely kind of disconnected from this. So I couldn't play, or I couldn't control it through the app anymore. And then I went back and I told it to reconnect to this. And then it just killed whatever song I was listening to, killed whatever random order I was in, and started playing whatever my app was on. So it's almost impossible to get back into it to like just control the song or the music that's playing once that app has kind of come out of the phone memory from being in the background for too long. So that's a little bit of a challenge there, because you kind of like lose your place in what you're listening to if you're just like, maybe you want to go back a couple songs or something like that. So that's pretty much what I've had out of this so far. I have paired it to the sub. It does add a little bit to it. I do wish Amazon had a more studio-like sub. This sub is great if you have another Amazon device, such as one of the other Echoes. But I think with this one, the bass is so good out of this already that the sub has so little to offer. The only thing I could think is Amazon should have like a higher end sub that would pair better with the studio. perhaps something with like a nice 12-inch driver in it. I don't know, 10-inch driver, something just a little bit more serious to go with the studio, because this sub is much better paired with one of the other Echo devices. It really adds a lot to those, but it doesn't really have much to contribute to one of these. This thing, when I first played it, I had it play some songs off a top 50 list or something, and it was shaking the floor with the bass, and I was surprised by that. It really shocked me, and that was just this by itself. So the sub does, I guess, add a little bit of depth to the bass. This sub does, because it is extra, but it just isn't as complimentary as I would hope. So that's pretty much it, guys. I do appreciate everybody who joined today. I know this was a quickie, but Mike and Robbie, John Mack, 3D Print Viking, Michael, thank you so much. Greg, I see a whole bunch of people in there. I really do appreciate it. I am going to have a stream where I'm opening up a whole bunch of my maker boxes that I've received this last month, maker box and UFO box and whatever have you. But I just wanted to get this thing open and get it streamed real quick so I can hook it up as a stereo pair and try it out. As I said, I'd try it on the stream, but finding the music I can play, even when I played the royalty-free music, turned out that although it was a completely separate group, the song sounded similar enough to somebody else's that they still went after it and tried to shut down the video. So it's almost impossible to play any kind of audio on a YouTube stream these days. So that's unfortunate. So that's it. This is the Echo sub. We can see the studio. We have the bottom there. We have a nice opening. That's like the base port for there's the 5 1/4 inch driver pointing down. We have the ports in the back. So we have the 3.5 millimeter. That's optical or traditional, stereo. You have the power, and it looks like a micro USB, which I'm not sure what that is for. I'm not sure what that does. So, and then wish me luck returning this to Best Buy with no receipt, because they never emailed it to me. So that's the bad thing about picking email only on the receipt, because I don't like all the paper, but now I need to actually return this thing. All right. Yep. Thanks again for watching. Really do appreciate your time today. And wish me luck with this. My new Fire Stick comes in Saturday, I think. I really hope that I can do everything I want to do with this, or else I have to send all of this back, because there's no point if I can't use it as my I did use my card. I'm hoping they can find it by my card or by my Best Buy rewards or something. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can use it how I want to use it, or I'm sending it all back, because really my primary purpose is for listening to movies. So yep, I'll see you all later. I hope you all have a great New Year's Eve and a great New Year's. I know I'm going to a party. I hope you all have parties or family and friends that you're spending some time with. So thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate your time today. I am having fun playing with this speaker, the one I've opened so far, and now I'm going to try it in stereo, and hopefully this works out great. So thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button below. I know this was a quick video, but I just wanted to show you what this device looked like as I opened it up. So you guys have a great New Year. Let's end this.